Hello everyone, and welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders. So, at the end of the last episode, Pop here, the character in the middle, decided to eat something that killed the guy on the right because it was, well, not very well cooked. Anyway, he said he felt sick and it tasted like poison, so here we are. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everybody back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things despite the obvious danger has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Huh. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. I think you might be right there, Sprinkles. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glare and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Shade. Something I really need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. Hello, Joestar. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working towards that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you. Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is here to fight a hero. Spork monster? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me, just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid, be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. We will attack again. It worked last time, right? Cook with Love! Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening. This is not happening." Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Util Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage. You're not going to survive the battle. Go on the attack. Cook with love. Spork monster is oozing with cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here! Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch! Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage! Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't dare come back for your follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork monster settles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's much more. It's a book of magic spells, with a golden chicken on the cover. Okay, let's go to settings. Let's turn that music volume down a bit, huh? That's probably better. Oh, that's a good sound. I think overall that's good. Resume. It's a book of... Yeah, we got that. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko? That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes again as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Yeah, dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I like Pop. Like him? Like. I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. Well, I'm glad I teamed you up with him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and he thought it looked cool. Huh. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. I'm gonna take this moment now to just, let you know that if I can, I'm going to fuck the Colonel. Absolutely will. I like chicken that much. And I'm gonna dedicate it to a friend of mine named Robert. This playthrough is for you, dude. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Ha ha ha. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, then why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some, to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'll be much use to anyone. Fibber. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you, or from Colonel Sanders. Hell no, I'm not betraying the Colonel. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some sort of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around, does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rush comes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Ah, pretty. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire its majestic glow, or run to him. Run to him! You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and the Colonel are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion, and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel! However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Oh, Shade! I am here to deliver you a message! Not this guy. It is important that you remember this, exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times, and that name is... But before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Ah, geez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Ooh, lean in for a kiss might be a bit early. Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. It's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see your 2 rivals, Aeshleigh and Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. No, by the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. I'm quite sure that Van Van is like a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jonathan Joestar, Joseph Joestar, I don't know, whichever one. Josuke, Jotaro. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Tell them to stop acting immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everybody's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. I'm not sure you'd know a good meal even if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. This guy's frickin' dear, not Joestar. You finally get a look at what it is they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night, in the quad. Aeshleigh immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. Gross. We're playing! Haha! Sure you are, Ralph. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts! You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzzt, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Bzzzt. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. But I'm not interested in either of them. Aeshleigh's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely, he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy! Down! Off Tophun. That command, shouted by Colonel Sanders, has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without more further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Shade? Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit? We'll do the pepper. A brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out and grab it and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend! Ooh! This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Amen. You come to find everybody staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. Think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timely competitive cook-off. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. I have to wipe the table with you fools before I set my lunch down on it. Then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Shade. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Then, a huge light blasts across your face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Arrgh! I stand corrected. Excuse me. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. The hard way? Okay. And that's an original quote by me, in case anybody was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my time to shine. I'll defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Okay, so... yeah, we'll do degrees Celsius because I use the metric system. That's right, but how would you have gotten into this school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifiers. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust. That's wrong. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time to get some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Aeshleigh is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Small town with big dreams. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Oh! You try and shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they will be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders off in the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Shade. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome except knowing he's watching you. Makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would fill a traditional Victorian? What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. You were stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook, Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry. Damn it. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. The next station is over. Aeshleigh has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colourful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Bzzzt. I know you love nothing more than seeing your fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes it means sacrificing the personal touch. Brrr. You might not have any hands, but Shade does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to get to know that it's mixed properly. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everybody talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer and rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Shade, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickening, spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply cannot go on. Aw, that's too bad. Here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of Shade's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Shade to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this cream of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender, nougat, and pearls of blueberry galette. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Aeshleigh? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Aeshleigh leans over and whispers something into your ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Aeshleigh. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over. Try again. Oh, don't touch the goatee. Interesting. Oh dear. I hope this is a thing that I can actually do. Oh, here we go. Alright, I remember most of the right answers anyway. Um, 11 herbs and spices. Gratitude. That's right, you must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Oh dear. Maybe we're just not supposed to even do this battle. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. They fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy, fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Aeshleigh are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked on. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? It's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like a guy that could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite within him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. A battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like always having to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there was no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook. Precisely. I'd procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Shade, together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna call it an episode there anyway. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell to stay up to date with episodes, and until the next episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, you've been watching Dude Go Back. Thanks for watching, everyone.